3, 2, 1, top. Allumage Vulcain. Allumage des EAP, décollage. Tous les paramètres bord sont normaux, la trajectoire est nominale.
Absolutely awesome. The Ariane 5 ECA has roared into the skies above Kourou. This is my 4th time here, and it takes my breath away every single time. As we close in on the 1-minute mark, Ariane 5 is about to break the sound barrier here in Kourou, and I know from experience in just a moment, this building is going to start shaking as that Ariane goes over, and we can hear the sound now.
You can hear it right now, yeah. And how impressive it is once again with these beautiful images of this flight during the day with the sunlight. And there are 1,300 tons of thrust is breaking the Ariane 5 free from Earth's gravity. 90% of that power is coming from the 2 boosters. Each one is 31 meters, about 100 feet tall, and are burning 240 tons of solid propellant in 2 minutes, more than 2 tons per second. When the boosters have done their job, in less than a minute from now, Ariane will be about 70 kilometers into the sky and traveling at more than 1 mile per second, much faster than a bullet.
We're in a soundproof booth, and it is still rumbling here at Jupiter. Julian, the green screen that we followed before has been replaced by a chart and a moving dot. What's that representing, and what about the numbers below there?
So in fact, these curves on the left show the predicted trajectory profile, and the moving dot is the current position of Ariane 5. The V stands for velocity and A stands for altitude.
Okay, we want that dot to follow the curve?
Yeah, absolutely. This data is coming from Galileo, the tracking station on a big hill behind Jupiter. Engineers there are evaluating all the data in real time.
Already, and we just saw the burnout and the jettison of the twin solid rocket boosters high in the sky, and they are going to end up, of course, in the Atlantic Ocean.
Yeah, and we can see it very well on this picture. It's real live data, a live video. And the boosters have done their job, and we don't need them anymore. They drop away, and the mass of the launcher is now 180 tons. So we've lost 600 tons in about a couple of minutes.
Wow.
The lighter we are, the faster we go.
Yeah, what an incredible shot as you see them fall away, and of course Ariane 5 in the center. At 3 minutes 4 seconds into the mission, all is well, and we see some images of the fairing coming up in a moment. And what is the purpose? And we just heard the separation of the cloth. What's the purpose
this fairing that has just separated is it has protected Yahsat Y1A and Intelsat Newton on the ground before launch and after liftoff from acoustic vibration and atmospheric friction. However, above 100 kilometers, there is no risk of friction anymore, and we can separate the fairing and then can lighten the launcher again.
And it's about 2 tons less on the launcher. And I think the cameraman was so enthralled by being able to see the solid rocket boosters and everything. We never even saw the fairing, but everything is going fantastic. So it is now time for us to get some news from Ariane Space. On February 16th, the Automated Transfer Vehicle 2 was launched by a dedicated version of an Ariane 5. This was a milestone, the 200th launch of an Ariane rocket. 8 days after launch, ATV performed a perfect automated docking with the International Space Station. The ATV is a major European contributor to the International Space Station, supplying it and readjusting its operational orbit.
As you can see for yourself, the construction of the Soyuz launch pad is completed. This will allow us to move on to the operations qualification phase of the project. During this period, teams including 300 Russian colleagues will be joining us for rehearsal of the launch campaign right up to the final countdown. This is planned for the end of April. It will enable us to prepare for the first Soyuz launch from Guyana, which is scheduled for the end of the summer. For Vega, preparations are underfoot with the start of the launch system qualification review in Europe and the continuation of launch system trials in Guyana.
Arianespace will launch